all this way to see you.
Hey YouTube, what's with it, what's poppin'? Welcome back to the K Look. It's yours truly, Kayla, and today I'm back with another video. As y'all seen from that title, this video is very much long overdue because I've been out of basic for a few months. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned and stay ready for more videos on the K Look. I just got released from work today, so I figured why not do this video. I feel like this video will be super long, so I'll probably do a part 2, y'all. Ain't no problem, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I just feel like this part 1 is gonna be really long. Be ready for that cue. But please stay tuned and stay ready for more videos on the K Look. And I'm gonna try to recall the moments, y'all, as much as I possibly can. I have so much stuff left over from then, so I can remember. And also while I was in basic, I was taking notes because I knew I wanted to do this video, so I got plenty of info from what we was doing, like our timeline. And pretty much, at least if you go for Sill, I know that most of the timelines, if not all of them, are going to be like this, even though some things really changed, because from videos that I've watched from other people who previously joined the army, like years before me and stuff, things changed drastically. So yeah, I'm just trying to tell as much as I can remember. So I hope y'all like this video. So as I said, y'all, I just got released, so please bear with me because I'm a little tired and also my allergies are acting up. But I'm gonna just tell y'all straight from the jump. I know if you watch this video or if you're interested in joining the army or whatever, a lot of people say that their recruiters have lied to them, etc, etc, etc. I just would like to clarify and say that my recruiter did not lie to me, because she couldn't lie to me. I was doing so much research on my own. I was just really trying to make sure that I stepped into something and I really did step in blindsided. I know a lot of people who said they stepped in and they were really blindsided, like they were told one thing and it's the total opposite. And I just would say, we're adults joining the military. You need to do your own research, and that's why I'm trying to make this video, so I could really help somebody. Because I watched this one guy, I think his name is Battalion, something like that, and his videos, he went to Fort Sill as well. His videos were really informative. So and not only that, I just was doing my own research, period, because I feel like you should never just go off what a human being is telling you. Because if we're just gonna be completely honest, a recruiter, they trying to reach, look at me, y'all, I'm so sorry. A recruiter is trying to reach a certain whatever, so they gotta get recruits to reach a certain whatever. So they're gonna tell you anything to get you to sign, but it's up to you if you really want to sign. Nobody can force you to sign to join the military. We're all here because we decided to sign. We crazy, I know, but we did it. So I'm gonna get right into this, starting with me being in Memphis, y'all. In Memphis, I went to MEPS because everybody has to go to MEPS before you join the army or the military, period. Or at least I'm gonna talk about the army because I'm in the army. I don't know if the Air Force and them do that, but I know we do it. You gotta go to MEPS. You have to do various exercises, and MEPS is not just no one-day event. It was like 2, 3, 4 days of work that you gotta do, because you gotta do so much paperwork. And on top of all that paperwork, you gotta do all this freaking extra, like I said, all these exercises. You gotta go and get in your, for females, you have to go get into your bra and into your panties. They send you out this little memo or whatever that says make sure your panties cover your entire butt and your bra covers your entire boob, because you're going to be in a room with other females. For me, I was in a room with 2 other females, and we all had curtains in between us, but we had to move the curtains back. So it's like, why y'all even got them in here? They've had the curtains for when we were taking off our clothes, but we pushed the curtains back and we were all doing exercises in front of the other people. So they were saying you and you were saying them, and like I said, we were just in panties and bra. So literally that yeah, we were literally in panties and bra in MEPS, and we did like the duck walk, we did standing up on our toes, getting on our knees and getting up really fast, just to see if we could do simple things like that. And we got our girl examined, we got our other girls examined, and with the panties off. So they would look at all that. They would be like looking to see if you have any diseases, seeing if you're pregnant, anything that could prevent you. And MEPS is really, really picky. They were turning people away for like eczema, for bumps that they had on them, like simple little bumps and stuff. They would turn you away. Like, they were really being extra, like. And to be honest, if you get turned away for something like that, take it as a sign that you probably don't need to come to the army. Because, child, let me tell you, I wouldn't say I regret my decision, because I really don't. But it's really, think about it, because I really don't regret my decision. But when you join the army, or when you sign that line, make sure you sign to be a soldier. Make sure you sign to know you have to be fit, or if you're not fit, you have to get fit. You have to work on it, and you have to commit to something every single day. Because whatever you're doing in training, like basic combat training, is literally what you're going to be doing while you're a soldier. Like, for as long as you sign, for as long as you keep re-enlisting, that's what you're going to be doing. Like, you're going, it's repetitive. The shooting, the everything that you're doing basic, the rucking, the sleeping outside, the building tents, knocking them down, the watching fire guard, the watching guard, bro, you're gonna be on all this stuff for the rest of your army career. However long you decide to stay in, it's just a repetitive cycle. You're gonna be doing the same thing. I'm explaining y'all to get the time, but you're gonna be doing the same thing. But after everything was done, I took a test with my recruiter to like see if I could just pass the physical portion before I actually got involved with it all the way. And like I said, a recruiter's job is really to get you to sign so they can reach whatever percentage or whatever they're supposed to reach, or however many recruits they're supposed to reach to help them get to the next level or something like that. So yeah, basically my recruiter, y'all, as soon as my recruiter gave me this list, I don't know if y'all can see this little. I had this checklist. So you get a checklist, and this is just a future packing list to head to BCT. Like I said, I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma for basic combat training. I feel like Fort Sill is just the worst. I mean, it was horrible at Fort Sill. I will go more in depth. But yeah, you get this paper from your recruiter. You get so many things from your recruiter. So I got this packing list from my recruiter. You also get this, you get the soldier's creed. You get the soldier's creed so you can practice learning it if you haven't already. You get all of the ranks on papers. You get the 3 general orders, the phonetic alphabet, and the military time, and how to say it. And you also get more ranks on papers. When I first was thinking about enlisting, the ranks, I was like, that is gonna kill me. I was like, how am I gonna learn it? But surprisingly, you learn this stuff really, really fast. The more you study and stuff, the better you get. And the military time and stuff, I was like, this is gonna stump me, child, but it worked out for the better. And the phonetic alphabet was really easy to learn. All I did was write them all out and just went over them like for 2 to 3 days, and then I learned them. So that's pretty much what your recruiter is going to give you after you're done. And of course, you're going to get orders. When you leave to go to basic, you get orders. When you leave from basic, you get orders. When you leave to your AIT, you get orders. When you leave from your AIT, you get orders. Orders. That's going to be your middle name. Get that engraved in your head, because you need orders for everything. Child, we got orders for everything. But that is majority of what we got. So I remember when you go to basic, what I didn't know, because people really didn't talk about it in some of the videos I seen. I think the Arabelli dude talked about it. But before you go to your official basic combat training, you go, say, I went to Fort Sill, so we went to reception. At reception battalion, I was one of the last groups to get there. So there were already all of these other people there. They were in the base. They were in there sleeping. But of course, we had something called fire guard. So 2 females were up. 2 females let us in the door when we got there. When we first got there, I remember as soon as we pulled up, a drill sergeant came, and he didn't yell at us or anything how drill sergeants normally do. He came in, he was very subtle. he was like, get off the bus as fast as you possibly can and line up. And so we did that. We had our bags or whatever, and we got off and we lined up. After we did that, I'll never forget that night, y'all. He told us, you got a minute to call your people. That's what he told us. And so after he said we had a minute to call our people, I was just like so stressed out, because I was like, I know my mom is asleep and I'm mad and I wanted to cry, but I was trying to hold it back. So I just texted my mom. I was like, hey mom, I made it to Fort Sill. I have to put my phone in this box, because he had a box ready to put our phones. No, we had to put our phones in our bags. He was like, you got that 1 minute phone call and put the phone in your bag ASAP. So we did the little phone call and then we hurry up and put our phones in our bags. I was so upset. So then after that, he told us, he directed us into the building, and we all had we were sitting there, y'all, for a long time. One thing you're gonna do in the military is sit in a place for a long time, and to be honest, it's just so freaking nerve-wracking, but you're going to do it. So when we went inside of the reception building in Fort Sill, they passed us something called a blue book. I have my blue book somewhere. I think it's picked up. I should have had it. Oh my gosh, I could have showed y'all. But the blue book was like, it became our best friend. We were issued these papers that we had to bring with us every day. You could not leave them. If you left them, you were going to get in trouble. These papers, they just had to get signed off to say, I've been to hearing, I've been to dental, I've been to, you know, males had to get their hair cut. Every male had to be shaved bald. Every female, if they had a color in their hair, they had to get their hair dyed jet black or their natural hair color. Like I said, males had to get shaved bald. That paper just had everything on there. It had uniform, like the uniforms you would be issued, like this stuff right here. It had literally all this stuff up on there in reception. So you literally get everything at reception. Reception, I saw some people say they stayed at reception for days. We stayed at reception for like an entire week, y'all. And when you got finished, if you got finished early, like my thought process was, let me get finished so I could go ahead and go to basic. It don't work like that. Everybody that we were in reception went to our battery. All of us were there together. It was so many people, we didn't think that we were all going to go together, because it was like so many of us. So we thought we was going to be split up into different batteries, but no, that's not how it worked. Everybody that's in your reception gonna go with you, and you're gonna be split up into 4 platoons. When your drill sergeant come, it's just so much, y'all. It's so much, like literally. But yeah, so in reception you get that paper. It's like a little packet, and you gotta guard it with your life. So fast forward, let me rewind. Before we did all of that, no, I'm on the right track. So yeah, we got all of that. They was talking to us. They was like, y'all get in the bays, get you some rest, because they did not care that we got there at 1 in the morning. They said you got to be up at 4 in the morning. They said we finna show y'all today. So the other females were already in there sleeping. The other males were already in their beds sleeping, and we get there late. So we get there, like I said, at 1. We didn't get to our room, to our bed until like 2. So we had about a good 2 hours to sleep before having to get right back up. Automatically, when I walked into the base, I just kept thinking to myself, like, I'm really doing this. Not once did I regret the decision, but I just kept really thinking, I'm really doing this Army thing. Like, I'm really doing this. Like I said, there were females there already before us, so every area was filled up already. Reception was just teaching you and really getting you prepared for basic training. Reception, we all had these little green blankets, these white sheets, and these white pillowcases. You had to have your bed made up the same exact way. We call it the hospital fold, how we used to do our beds. Very irritating, but we had to do it every day. I remember for the life of me, y'all, I could not do that fold when I first got to reception, and I was all alone at reception. So I wasn't talking to nobody. I didn't have no friends. My bed was right by the lunchroom. So get this, people will walk past my bed all day long, just walk past my bed. And then, people would give me the, that smell. And it just to be like, I remember, I don't know what night I was on the reception, but I had finally broke down. I waited till everybody was done showering, and I went and showered, and I cried in the shower. I'm not gonna lie, because I just was like, this cannot be what my experience is gonna be. And I just kept saying, I hope when I actually get to basic, I will have friends. Because at reception, it was a week. That week felt really long because I was all by myself. Like I said, I wasn't talking to nobody. And I didn't even have a bunkmate. So, like, people had bunkmates. So, if you had a bunkmate, most people are automatically already cool with their bunkmates. But if you did have a bunkmate, you just, like, see, I was the only one that didn't have a bunkmate. So, I was really upset. Yeah, so I was really upset that I didn't have a bunkmate. But I let that one night break me, and I started praying immediately. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna allow this to get to me. But I was praying that, you know, I could be stronger, and I was praying that I would make friends or something, because I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna go through 7 weeks of training not talking to nobody. I'm a very antisocial person, but I was like, there's no way I could do this. Like, this is gonna make it even harder for me if I don't have anybody to confide in or anybody to talk to about our experiences. So that happened or whatever. And where's the other thing? I got this other thing from basic, from reception actually. Let me show y'all. So yeah, and the other girls that were already in there, they was acting like they was top dogs, y'all. They was in there acting like they ran the place, y'all. It was just so much. It was drama. I have the paper. Let me show y'all. I have the paper, y'all, that I got. Alpha 95th Battalion. That's where we was for reception. I can't believe this. I thought they had that. So you see, this is the packet, and you had to get everything checked off. Everything. You had to get it stamped. If you didn't get it stamped, you would stay there longer. So we had to get everything stamped. We had to make sure finance was good, the blood draw was good, ID cards. This is when I first got my first cake. That cake was hideous. I hated that cake. Because that's another thing. Our hair was not done. Everybody was low on gel because they didn't take us to the shop, I think, until we were actually about to leave. And even then, they really didn't let us go. They was like, oh, if you really need to go, because da, 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 da. They was just complaining. So my hair, I'm gonna show y'all. My hair was all over the place. Like, I don't remember being like that in so long. I don't even want to show y'all the picture, but I'm gonna show y'all. And I gave my mom them these pictures, and I should have never did it, but I did it because it was like my first experience. But yeah, my hair was all over my head, and I was just a little private, a little fuzzy at this time. But oh my gosh, why I look a mess. Do y'all see the hair though? My first ever military pictures. My hair was not done, but my hair wasn't the only one that was like this. A lot of my hair was like this because we didn't have gel and stuff, like, and the packing list was very explicit. And also, if we had big items and stuff, like, the airport was tripping, so we really couldn't do too much. I can't believe I still got this packet though, y'all. Like, I can't believe I still got this packet though, y'all. Like, this is just memories. I love memories, and I'm really gonna have this stuff for as long as I live, because I did this. I got this. So you had to make sure everything was in here. This packet was just to inform you of everything. We had literally everything is laid out for you. So day one, they told you what uniform to be in. All you had to do was do it. All you had to do was be in it. They explained to us when we first got our camelback, y'all. Our camelback was also, it became part of us. If you say for instance a pregnant woman, how her stomach become part of her, that camelback was our baby. We had to have a camelback all the time. This is a camelback. We could not have that camelback. If you did not have your camelback, just know there's gonna be some repercussions. Oh, let me show y'all. All this stuff is in here. This is the fold for the bed, and this is how our stuff had to be organized every single day. And if it wasn't, they was going to mess the bed up. They didn't play about that. Like, we had this one drill who would just come in there and turn off the covers. If he saw one bed messed up, he'd just go through, turn everybody's stuff up. Don't care, throwing it all over. If the shoes not right, he gonna throw the shoes. He was turning up. He did not play that. And then we have prohibited actions for trainees. So yeah, I'm gonna just give y'all some examples of prohibited actions. One says do not bully, haze, assault, or harass a fellow training or soldier. And then another says do not steal or take something that does not belong to you. Let me tell you, people was violating those two if they wasn't violating nothing else. What I will say is, if you're a hateful person, learn how to disguise it, or just don't join or something, just, or fix yourself for real, because why you like that? But we had some people who bullied and harassed, and they stayed back at reception, so they had to do a whole nother cycle of reception before they moved to basic training. So basically, instead of doing 1 week of reception, and you did not want to do more, I bet we want to do more than 2 days. So just imagine doing more than a week of reception. They did more than a week. They did like 2 weeks of reception, and then they got sent to another company. They got held back because one girl, she was making a fried chicken and swimming comment, and then her friend was too, so both of them got held back. And yeah, it's racist people. You're gonna meet, child, you're gonna meet a lot of them. You're gonna meet a lot of racist people. So yeah, EO, all that type of stuff. If you make any EO comment, somebody filed something against you, and it was more than just people in our back. There were other like the other female back, they used to say girls when they're bullying, talking about people's bodies, saying it looked like men and stuff like that. It was wild. The females, when I tell you, they talked to us the whole week of reception. I think we got talked to like every day, because females would have problems going on. They would just be so mad. They'd be like, this is why nobody want the female babes, because y'all are so full of drama. I'm telling you, y'all, if you tickle somebody, they're gonna go back and say something. Like, I get it if the stuff is racist and stuff. That's something that I feel like really should be dealt with. And then there were so many people, like I said, they felt like they ran it. We used to call them drill privates, because why you think you running something? Like, we all in the same thing together. One thing that I didn't like about the females is we never were united. The dudes were up there strangling each other, doing whatever they had to do. They was killing each other up there, but they never said nothing. I'm not saying that that's okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that females are never really united. Females are always against each other, always seeing each other as competition and stuff like that. And so, and then I think we did have bay leaders in reception, and they would just be doing too much, giving orders like, you clean this, you clean that, you clean this, you clean it. It was just so much confusion and chaos. And when I tell y'all, we kind of caught ourselves, what they called themselves, so like I said, I wasn't talking to nobody. They caught themselves having circular formations in the bay, and they were like, everybody say what's on your mind. I'm like, y'all doing too much. It was just pure chaos. 60 females in one bay, 60 females in 10 females in one vicinity. It's never gonna work. It's never going to be what people think it should be, or it's never going to be how people think it should be, because females are just so catty, and everybody wants to be, like one of my drills used to say, HBIC, and that's head, be in charge. Everybody wants to be that. So everybody feel entitled. Everybody feel like what I say goes, all that type of stuff. So for a female specifically, 9 times out of 10, your female best gonna be like this at reception, ain't it basic? It's sad to say, but it's very, very true. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just do all in one video. I'm gonna do reception basic and then AIT, because reception is kind of long, but that's pretty much what you're gonna be doing in reception. Reception is very repetitive, and like I said, back to what I was saying, 'cause I don't think I finished saying it. What I thought I was doing was going to do everything, complete everything on my list really fast. Let me tell y'all, don't do that, because even if you get done fast, you still gotta wait for everybody else to get done. And there were hundreds of us in reception together, despite the people who stayed back at reception. But other than that, everybody else was there. And like I said, every day was a challenge for me, because I didn't talk to nobody, and we weren't really supposed to talk either in like the forum that we was in, but people would still talk, of course, and we would get in trouble. We got dropped. That's one of our phrases was half right face, front in rest position, move. You're gonna hear this so much. Half right face, front in rest position, move, and they say it so fast, y'all, and it's just like I kind of like it, but I'm like, man, I'm mad. I gotta do this, but I like when they say it, but I was mad that I had to do it. So we did whatever exercise they call. They say platoon attention or whatever, attention, and then tell you to do they corrective action. Corrective action was like no tomorrow. Everybody was talking in there, and I was so mad because, like I said, I was really quiet. So I'm like, I'm not even talking, and I gotta do this. But one thing you're gonna have to learn in reception and basic is y'all won. You're not gonna do no individual punishments. That's one thing. Another thing I love about AIT, the upgrade from mass punishment. I like the individual punishment because mass punishment is just, the morale was very much down. And also, these are my plane tickets from when I went to, I don't know, I think this was when I went to Fort Sill. But you get these little blue tickets, and that's what you do. It was just really pretty much chaos. Hold on, y'all, let me see what my friend said. So yeah, in basic and reception, it's all about mass punishment. There's no individuals getting punished unless it's something like EO or sharp or something serious like that. But other than that, it's going to be mass punishment. We would be in there and have to have our eyes glued to our blue book. If your eyes were not glued to your blue book, the drill sergeants were going to glue you to that ground and leave you there. And sometimes, for real, they would really leave us there for a good couple minutes, y'all. And that was like the most excruciating stuff ever. Like, corrective action was a thing. Like, we was doing corrective action in our sleep. It got to the point where I would be doing corrective action in my bed just because I'm traumatized. Like, we was doing corrective action. Like, corrective action was not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing it so much, so often. It was draining. But that's pretty much all how reception went. And like I said, it was hundreds of us. So just imagine hundreds of people trying to do that. We did so much. We got issued everything, like all of our boots, all of our dress uniforms, all of our hats, our berets, OCPs. We got issued everything. All our tops, all our socks, everything. We got issued it in reception. And yeah, they fit you for everything, your belt, they give you your sizes and all that type of stuff, like looking a mess, but we was there. And another thing too, on the packing list, it was like white everything. I don't know who put that on there, but I need to talk to him because it was not white everything, y'all. I had bought so many white socks and stuff, and we didn't even need it. And the panties, don't be that person that has like the colorful panties and leave your locker open, because they happen in basic. People had colorful bras and stuff and left their lockers open. But like, if you got like colorful panties and stuff, make sure it's locked up. But I would recommend black, because all the stuff you're gonna be doing, and sometimes showering was not an option. You would have to wait, or you would have to do it really quick. So I would recommend black underwear and even black bras. And I would also recommend black socks, because they said white socks. That was on my list. And child, we couldn't wear them white socks. You wear them white socks, see what you gonna wear them. Just wear them and see what's gonna happen. But yeah, black ankle socks. They're big. The Army is big on uniformity. One thing I will say is in reception and basic and AIT, that they're big on that. But at your unit, from what I've seen, we could pretty much wear what we want to wear. Like, you don't have to really have for PT formation stuff. Yeah, you have to be in uniform, like uniformity. But like when we're going to like the motor pool, if everybody else cold and you not, you ain't gotta wear a jacket. Or if you cold and they not, you can wear a jacket. They don't have to. So it's pretty much you do what you want. And also at reception, sniffer gear like this right here, we was not allowed to wear it. We got you wasn't allowed to wear it under your OCPs. You had to have nothing on. And it was very cold in Fort Sill, because I went from November to February, so we went during the winter months. So child, it was cold. I'm gonna talk about leaving reception before I end this reception video. That's pretty much all that happened at reception. Reception was really stressful for that week. It was very stressful, very irritating. Everything was supposed to be uniform. It just was preparing us for basic. So when we was leaving reception, we went outside and everybody had to have their bags lined up. We had to pack up and stuff. We had to take our laundry to these big buckets so it could get washed. And well, our linen, that's what we called it, our linen, like on the beds. And when I tell y'all, when we was leaving, I couldn't have been happier, but I was sad at the same time, because I'm like, we finna go through more of this. They was just giving us a taste. One thing I will say though, maybe I'm just strong mentally and stuff, but my drills, the way people made drills seem, they was bad, but they wasn't like, some people were crying, and girl, I was looking at them like, y'all doing too much. Like, maybe I'm being different, but I'm used to people yelling at me, screaming at me. So every time I would just be like, when is it gonna get bad? When is it gonna get bad? This like that was my whole process throughout basic. I was just like, when is it gonna get tough? Like, when are, like, not when it's like the stuff gonna get tough, because it was really tough. I'm talking about like the drills, when they gonna get like super tough on us, because they were really bad on us. But I was still like, I feel like they was really taking it a little easy on us, but it was still really harsh and they was really low down. Let me talk to y'all about basic in my next video. But yeah, that's pretty much our reception. When we went outside, we was sit. Let me tell y'all, the Army is a waiting game. We was sitting at reception every day waiting, just waiting. When we got done with reception, everybody got their stuff filled out. Once we figured out all of us were going to the same place, all of us had to line up our bags in uniform. That's another thing. Dress right dress. Dress right dress. I'm telling you, that's gonna be midnight. Dress right dress, orders, corrective action, hair, fried face. All that's gonna be, you gonna become immune. So we had to line our bags up, dress right dress. And I remember I didn't try to stuff enough in my green bag, because I thought they was gonna have to walk with our green bags. So y'all, why we didn't have to walk with our green bags? Basically, all our platoons, we sit out there for like a day, literally just sitting there waiting on our drill sergeants. And they was telling us like, oh, y'all drill sergeants keep driving past, they seeing y'all, blah blah blah, they scouting y'all out, just trying to scare us, stuff like it's all a scare tactic. So boom, drill sergeants started pulling up. They pulled up everybody, all 4 platoons. Each set of drills had their own. For first band, second band, third band, fourth band, everybody had their own. So every platoon, they came, they was calling names. So you're in alphabetical order. That's another thing. So your platoon is mixed with males and females after y'all get to basic, but you're in alphabetical order, and everybody's like, they get there, they start calling off names. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little intimidated, because they had like their sunglasses on. None of them cracked a smile. Like, I can't tell you, I started seeing my drill sergeant smile when we was finna leave, and they barely was smiling then, but they was not smiling. They was looking real serious. And I'm gonna tell you who scared me the most. Even from reception, the female drills scared me the most. The female drills was like, they was different. They was tougher and everything. So they got there, they started calling names, and everywhere. That's another thing. When you are in basic and basic and reception, forget about walking. You know how you was a civilian and you was walking? They don't exist no more. That's not who you are no more. You're a runner. You have to run everywhere. The drills say come here, you're running. The drills say you're running everywhere. You're running to the restroom. You're running from the restroom. You're running to your bed. You're running. I was in the shower running sometimes. I'm like, why am I running in the shower? Because you're used to running everywhere. So they started calling off the names, and we all had to run when they called your name. And you had to run and take your big green duffels to the van, and then you had to run to your other drills. They were just screaming and screaming. Like, hurry up, trainee! That's another thing. Your name is not your name. Your name is trainee. They don't care. Your name is trainee. From the moment you was in reception to the moment you exit basic, you know what your name is? Your name is trainee. You right there that's coming to the Army. You're not you. You're not Douglas. You're not Smith. You're not Wright. You're not White. You're not Jake. You're not Black. You're a trainee. You're trainee. You're trainee. They kept saying, hurry up, trainee, get over here right now. They cussing you out. They calling you trainee. Like, they're telling you, get your jersey on right now, trainee. Like, you have to hurry up and put your jersey on. They're not giving you time to do nothing. They're not giving you time to breathe. You're not getting time to even eat the air. You're not getting time to do nothing. All you're getting time to do is put that jersey on and fall in line, trainee. You're a trainee now. You're nothing else. You're trainee. You're trainee. And literally, all you're gonna be called is trainee. 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 That's all they gonna call you. And we was rushing putting our jerseys on. Every platoon had a different color. My platoon jerseys was, what color was our jerseys when we first got there? I know first platoon was red, second platoon was yellow, third platoon was black, and ours was white. We had white jerseys. Also, when we first got there, like the first, I think we wore the jerseys for like the first 2 or 3 weeks. You had to have your jersey on. It was your uniform. Like, we had our OC piece, and then we had our jersey on. And everybody had a number, and they used to call you your number sometimes, but most times they called you trainee. So when we finally started, like, stop wearing the jerseys, they started seeing our name tags. So some of them slowly started calling us our names, but we still was trainee. We still was trainee no matter what. Even if they saw your name, we still was trainee. So yeah, after reception, after we did all the running, they called our names. We went and put our bags up. The bags that anything that wasn't in your green bag, you had to carry. So some people had like 4 bags, some people had 2. I had 2, luckily. Some people had 1. I was hating on them, I ain't gonna lie. But I had my backpack and I had my laundry bag, because you also get a laundry bag. In reception, when I tell you get issued everything, you get issued towels, you get issued laundry bags, duffel bags, everything. You get issued everything, and literally you have to keep that stuff and take it all throughout with you. You can buy more, like once you get to basic, if they was like letting us go to the PX, but there was barely. But you could buy more if your stuff was getting like dirty and stuff. Let me show y'all. I still got this to this day since basic. This is one of the towels that we were issued, a brown towel. They don't play that. I still use that, but yeah, we got issued that. And I remember we had to walk all the way to our battery from reception. That walk felt like the longest walk ever, with heavy stuff on your back, bro. And they did not care. That was our first work. I don't care what nobody say. That was our first work in basic. That was our first work. And it was the most silent walk ever. It was the most silent walk ever. I could hear people's thoughts. I could hear the helicopter thoughts, for real. I could hear them folks. That's how quiet it was. And everything around was quiet. Everything around was quiet. And you knew when you was the new soldiers in town, because we had on jerseys. Like, we would see other companies and other batteries that progressed from wearing their jerseys, and they would just be looking at us. And then, because when we progressed from wearing our jerseys, when we saw people jerseys, we'd be like, what y'all knew, you know what I'm saying? Everybody doing that. But I'm gonna stop this video right here, and I'm gonna do a part 2 and finish telling y'all about how basic went from the moment we started walking, from when we got to our company.